in my culture, you can't go back home
Yeah.
and say to your friends, the white man didn't let me do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was racism. You can't go back to my crest and do that.
Yeah.
They say you should have known that already. They didn't have that kind of belief that the world outside of their world cared anything about you. And so I couldn't go back. I had to say, after I'm going to just fight this out.
Make this
I had
happen.
to fight it out. And you know what really what I love about life?
And you did.
Is that you never know what the next moment's going to bring.
No.
You have no clue.
You don't.
And then all of a sudden, I get into the mix with Arlen, Franco, and all the guys.
You did it.
We killed it every day, twice a day.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I got this photo shoot with Bill Dobbins.
The legendary photo
That
shoot.
first photo shot with double by that shot. All of a sudden, I was invited all over the world.
Robby Robinson, I want to just thank you for being here, for coming. I super appreciate you being here.
Awesome. I like it. I think it's
You're a
share the old school knowledge. I think so. Yeah. Piece of history.
you're a living legend. You really are. You're the most knowledgeable, legendary individual I've ever had the pleasure of sitting in front of. That's saying a lot. You know?
I always thought it was an art. You know, I didn't think in terms of handling the heaviest weight.
Yeah.
Till later on in the whole mix, you definitely have to use that heavy weight. But as Lee Haney say, you know, you're in there to be a muscle, not in there to annihilate yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think lifting weights is a thing where you progressively increase the weight.
Yeah.
And maintain the correct exercise movement, body positioning. And that way you're going to build an awesome muscle machine. That's how I see it. If I work with somebody, I drill it in them.
Yeah.
To the point where I know sometimes it gets a little bit, bad. But that's the whole art of it. Why get in there and do it if you can't do it, take it to that level, where you get ecstatic when you come through a set. Waves and chills come over your body because you put so much energy into that.
Yeah.
Achieving that goal and achieving that physique that it should bring you to that point. Yeah.
I could feel the passion in your voice. I could feel the passion and like the energy that you have for bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. I want to take us all the way back to where this all started. Mm-hmm. When you first got introduced to bodybuilding and when you first came on the scene. So let's backtrack to that. Tell me what led you to the world of bodybuilding in the first place?
What led me to what?
Bodybuilding.
I grew up in a family of abuse. My father drank.
Okay.
Which compelled my mom to do the same thing. I grew up in a household of, where you indulge in, our family sold whiskey. I grew up in the swamps.
Your family sold whiskey?
They sold whiskey to make a living.
Got it.
You're talking late 40s, 50s, going into the 50s, mid-50s, end toward the 50s. That's how we made our living. We had a juke joint. And my parents sold whiskey from this juke joint.
Oh, my goodness.
And we made a living through that. I grew up on a farm. I grew up with vegetables and broccoli and cauliflower and all the greens and beans. That's how I grew up already. So in that world in the swamps, I didn't know there was a world outside that swamps.
Right.
And then little bit by little bit, as you get older, you get nosy.
Yeah.
You want to know everything.
Yeah.
And so I started seeking life outside of that. And finding out the world was completely different than it was in the swamp. I was like afraid to go out there in it. Seriously. What
was your first experience where you realized that the world outside was different than the world that you were living in?
One second.
Your first experience where you realized that the world outside of the world you were living in was totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Because I got outside in that world, I could go out in the field and pick up tomatoes and corns and okra and beans and string beans and collard greens.
Yeah.
And then when I went on the grocery market, the first time I went on the grocery market and I saw tomatoes in can, I screamed out in the store. I screamed out in the store. I went, tomatoes in a can. I had no clue that the world was gotten to that point. I had no clue.
Wow.
And then I saw corn in the can, and I was like, potatoes in the can? I had to hold my mouth to keep from screaming out in the store again. And meat in the cans, where everything was right there at the farm, the lettuce and tomatoes, the corn, the okra, whatever you needed, walk out in the garden and get it.
Yeah.
Meat was all in the smokehouse. It was already pre-cured, and that's how you ate.
Right.
But I didn't know that, all these things was in plastic containers and cans.
Oh my gosh.
It was foreign to me.
So
another world.
How did you embrace that world? Did you start eating tomatoes out of a can?
It frightened me.
It frightened you?
It frightened me. As a kid, you're talking 10, 11, 12, 13, you're visioning out there into that world.
Yeah.
And you're seeing all of this and you're thinking, wow, I'm living in a dream world. Yeah. This is not the real world.
Right.
And then the more I got out there, honestly, it frightened me.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand, I guess, bad behavior from other people. See, in the swamp, there were poor blacks, whites, and Indians.
Yes.
So that was no name calling.
Right.
There was none of that. We all worked together as a team.
Yeah.
And we lived off the swamp. Fish, did all our hunting.
Right.
We ate more wild game than actually going to a grocery market.
Right.
As I say, I knew.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
That's crazy. Okay, so somehow you discovered how to change your body, build muscle. What prompted that? What started your desire to want to change your body?
The abuse.
Oh,
growing
wow.
up. People don't understand how powerful abuse is. It's
physical abuse?
Yeah. Oh. Cool. I built myself. That was one of the reasons I built my body up.
You want to be strong?
Yeah. I wanted to be strong, and if my father came after me, I would be able to deal with it.
Wow.
Yeah. I observed my brothers and sisters being slapped, punched, kicked, beat with hammers. Oh, yeah. I grew up in that. So I saw all of this, so it made me strong to build myself up so I could protect myself of it. Oh, and I did everything in my power to let him know that.
Wow.
So he never affected me, but for me observing the abuse, people might say, oh, well, that's not abuse. Yes, it is.
That's
anything that flashes back in your mind. Years later, I would sit in my apartment sometime, and it's almost, people say flashback, boom, you can see this whole life come across the mirror. And you look at it, oh my God, that was heavy. People don't understand how powerful abuse is. And what I see today, especially against women, it just don't even make sense.
Right.
To me, it's crazy. To physically abuse a woman is, to me, is a very weak man. I don't understand that. There's no reason you can talk to the person and say, baby, excuse me, and leave. Mm-hmm. And maybe when you calm down, come back and say, I'm sorry, I apologize. Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to do that or say that. But that today it's just got nastier and nastier and nastier.
Right.
So I don't understand all of that. It's new to me.
A couple things. Number one, you could have taken two different roads and you took the better of the roads, which is seeing the abuse and experiencing the abuse. Mm-hmm. Some people would go down that road and become that person.
Abuse it too.
Right?
Yeah, cool.
But for you went and you channeled that and you went a different direction. And also along the lines of talking about your, the physical abuse and then also the mental abuse, the mental, it's interesting because bodybuilding is such a mental connection. It's something that I think a lot of people who are going through things, you go to the iron and you work it out. And I think a lot of people can attest to the fact that when you're going through something mentally, that will help you overcome it. So you started building your body. You were working to overcome the physical and the mental abuse that you had gone through. When did you first realize, wow, like I'm good. Like I'm really good.
When my father made a comment, he says, Robert, your back is wide as the refrigerator. I lift myself up walking across the floor and him saying that because I never spoke with him.
That must have felt good.
Yeah, I didn't never speak with the man. Never spoke with him because I thought to traumatize people like that or hurt other people like that's your own.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So that must have
it's not
felt
that I
good.
didn't have respect for him. I had
Right.
respect, but distant in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how powerful abuse is.
I don't
It's
think so.
a powerful thing. You don't forget it. If you see it or you run upon it, it affects you. You think about your own life.
It's still.
But it made me strong, does it? It made me strong.
Yeah. You channeled it, but see, it affected you, and I'm sure it still affects you, but you channeled it into a really good direction. And when you walked across to your father and he said that must have felt pretty damn good.
Yeah, that made me.
I was like,
I think he felt, well, I better not mess with him.
yeah.
That's what I thought.
You're like,
I don't know how that was, but you're thinking of someone that's doing something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a second thought about going after him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we look like brothers. I mean, my father was Robert. Robert was my father. We both look identical like each other, and I think that's in a sense. I guess he didn't go after me in a sense. Yeah.
But you're nothing alike. You're nothing like your father.
Oh yeah.
You have a very sweet energy and nature, and I know you've been through a lot. So that is something we'll talk about, how you've maintained that. But I'm really intrigued, and I'm so fascinated at your initial journey, getting to become just this legendary bodybuilder. Like, because it seems like when Pumping Iron came out, that's when a lot of people discovered you. A lot of people realized, who is this guy? Like, he is incredible. He's better than Arnold. He should be beating Arnold. I mean, it was a crazy moment in time for you where everything kind of took off. So leading into you getting invited to Venice, tell me about that.
I worked at a newspaper in Tallahassee, Democrat. I worked in a Democrat.
Okay.
I went in and did an interview for the job.
Okay.
That's when computers first came out, the big, huge machines.
Oh, yeah.
And all the data comes out the machine on the tape.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in that. I went to that and get the interview. There was no prior way of doing all the things. They just gave me this tape measure with all these holes in the tape. And you had to learn how to do this to read the news, because the news came out in punches on tape. You had to look at that machine, pull a piece of tape off, cut it, and place it with the article, give it to the editor.
Whoa.
And I was able to do that. I was amazed. I got the job. Wow. I was like amazed that I got that job. I thought like, wow, there were a lot more educated people. A lot of them were white people. And for me to get that job, that was empowering to me. I got the job. You had to be to work like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And I just dwelled in it because it was such a powerful position to get in, especially a person of color, a black man. You get in that kind of job in that business, and you're the only black person in the company.
Yeah.
But I got treated very well. It was a great, well-paid job. And I worked there for 10 years. And when I got the letter from Joe Weider, I had wrote Joe Weider and told him, send some pictures. I want to, I want to be, Mr. America, Mr. Universe. And he sent me a letter like, come out to California. And I was probably with the company almost like 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Okay. I quit cold turkey. I just left the job.
That awesome job that you had gotten, you just left it.
This was the beginning of a new life. And I got me a round trip ticket from Tallahassee, Florida, where I grew up, to Los Angeles, California. I got to the airport. I didn't even know how to get from the airport. I didn't know anything about it. What do I do? And then finally I got a taxi. Okay. And the taxi only took me to, I think, to the original Gold's. It took me to the original Gold's gym. I got to the Gold's gym, stepped out, and I looked in, and the first person I see is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
And I go, there's Arnold, and I see Franco Columbo, Kenny Waller, and Denny Gable. Yeah. All the guys were there, working out. Yeah. And so I stood outside the gym and watched them for a bit, and then I walked in the gym and I said, my name is Robby Robinson, and I have a letter from Joe Weider. Everybody started laughing.
They started laughing?
Everybody started laughing at me.
Why?
And I said, I got this letter from Joe Weider. He asked me to come out and train with the Weider boys. Yeah. And so I said, how do I get to see Mr. Weider? And Eddie Giuliani was at the best at this point. And Eddie said, hey, Joe got another sucker.
What?
And I thought, And everyone started laughing from there.
What were all they? Were they all suckers too? They were all there.
Yeah, but see that they were kind of into the network. They were already there.
In the network. Okay.
You got this young black person coming in saying, "I got a letter from Joe Weider." I mean, it was like I was embarrassed, but what can I do?
Right.
This it goes as he does that all the time. And I got there thinking I'm gonna get a contract.
Right.
And I was told I don't get blacks contracts, so I had to deal with that fact. People don't realize it. I can share this with you. I slept on top of Gold's Gym for like almost a month.
You slept on top of?
I slept on top of the original Gold's Gym.
Did you really? You slept on top of? I
slept on top of Gold's Gym.
Wow.
Are you listening to me?
I am.
I slept on top of Gold's Gym with an overhang. I had plastic over the overhang.
Wow.
Michael, a guy that I knew was from Florida also, he gave me a blanket and a couple of pillows.
Oh my gosh.
And I slept up there for almost a month and a half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about what happened after that, but while you were sleeping there, were you training at the gym? You were.
No, I had to kind of get myself in the mix, get myself in. And a guy named Mike Armstrong, who was a teacher at the school here in Los Angeles. Yeah. And he invited me to stay at his place. That's how I got my self together, got my strength together. If Mike bought a steak, I ate a steak. If Mike bought a half a chicken, I ate a half a chicken. He didn't have to do that. I had my little money in my pocket, but not enough to sustain myself.
Right.
Nor get a hotel because I was expecting a contract.
Well, also, you were there because of your body. And so if you're not able to fuel your body and you're trying to sleep on top of a gym, you're not going to be able to get a contract anyway.
But that was sometimes you can do things and not really make plans. I played my moving that played a role in that too.
Yeah.
Because I should have been more prepared for it, not going and living in this dream world.
Well,
that's what I thought.
Well, that's good that you're taking ownership on that. But I also think it's pretty badass that you just went out there and you just went for it.
Yeah. After that, I heard all of that and sleeping up on the roof and.
Okay. It's official.
Feeling bad about myself.
Oh, God, for like a month. Yeah.
In my culture, you can't go back home.
Yeah.
And say to your friends, the white man didn't let me do it.
Yeah.
It was racism. You can't go back to my crest and do that.
Yeah.
They said you should have known that already.
Ugh.
Don't even attempt to do this crazy. They didn't have that kind of belief that the world outside of their world cared anything about you. And so I couldn't go back. I had to say, after I'm going to just fight this out. I had to fight it out. And you know what I love about life?
And you did.
Is that you never know what the next moment is going to bring.
No.
You have no clue.
You don't.
And then all of a sudden, I get into the mix with Arlen, Franco, and all the guys.
You did it.
I'm challenged by everybody.
Yeah. I have chills right now.
I know. I'm sitting here sweat running down my back talking about
me
it.
too.
Right? And I'm looking at these guys wanting to be like the way they were, so I was invited to train with them.
Yeah.
We killed it every day. Twice a day.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah,
that was like seventh heaven.
Yes.
And I'm seeing my physique change. And then all of a sudden, I think at that point it was one of the top photographers came in. What was his name? I think it was Bill Dobbins.
Bill Dobbins. Okay.
Bill Dobbins was one of the photographers. Bill Dobbins started filming me and taking pictures of me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I had a photo shoot on Venice Beach by the pit.
Yeah.
And I got this photo shoot with Bill Dobbins.
The legendary photo shoot.
That first photo shot, with double by that shot. All of a sudden, I was invited all over the world.
Yeah.
That's when I say you never know what the next moment is going to be. You can be at a bad moment in your life, and then it can change on a flash. And all of a sudden, now I'm getting paid $750 to go all over America.
Wow.
To flex.
Wow. That is
show my physique.
So awesome.
I'm sitting there, I'm getting chills.
Oh my God. Well,
I loved it. I thought it was so sexy. All of a sudden now I'm getting $750 and I'm booked.
Yes.
Boom, I can get me an apartment now. Okay, I can buy me some new clothes.
Yes.
I can eat some healthy foods again.
Yes.
And it's just
out of a can.
I just love life. Like, oh yeah. All of a sudden I'm being invited to Europe all of a sudden.
Yeah.
and I raised my price to $1,000, and I was broke. And so I was able to save money that way to really establish myself in California. Seriously. I love the moments.
This is the thing about that. The thing that I love the most about this story is that, people are always so afraid of like the what if, right? What if it doesn't go right? What if it doesn't happen? And people want a plan B, C, D. You had no plan B. You had plan A, and that was it.
That was it.
You took a one-way trip to Venice, and you were like, this is going to work out. You slept on top of the roof. You did not know. You decided that it was going to work, and it not only worked, but you thrived. This is crazy. It makes me want to go run out there and just take a chance that
Yeah, you have to. You have two options. You either do it or you don't.
Oh, I like that.
You can't just expect things to always come out accurate, but you can believe in yourself enough that yes, I can.
Wow.
I can do this.
Okay.
I'm going to have these moments, but that's okay. I'm going to get past those moments and, become my better self. Yeah. Even at my age now, 70, 79, 78, 79.
You're 70, you don't know, 78, 79.
I feel so young, love.
You look.
I feel young.
You look young.
I take care of myself. I eat healthy. I love to train still like a kid.
You could still do guest posing if you wanted to. People, their shows would love to have you as a guest poser if you marketed yourself to do that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm on my way to Switzerland probably in about another 12, 13 days.
Nice.
And I'm going there I'm about to sign a longevity supplement contract.
Nice.
The company's creating a line of supplements for
I know
all
about
the
them.
30s, 40s, 50s, 60s men.
I've heard about them.
It also has a vegan line for people that actually want to get a vegan supplement product. Like glutamine, creatine, protein.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that, and I'm going to go over there, and I'll be working with a gym in Germany also. I'll be able to work with people that want to go the hard life.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it the hard way. Yeah.
Do it the hard way, picking vegetables out of the fields.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now I'm really intrigued because this was before my time, but an era that I wish I was a part of. When you found out that pumping iron was coming out, like what was the process of you being a part of that? You've probably been asked this a million times, but I still want to know.
Look, when it came to the beat that was going to be a movie on bodybuilding, like Pumping Iron.
Yeah.
We were all ecstatic. We thought like, wow, we would get a chance. We thought we were like warriors. We were going to like do something to put bodybuilding on a whole nother atmosphere.
Which you did.
And I thought that, oh God, it will make everybody, look upon us like in a completely different way.
Yeah. That
was my hope in the whole thing. And then when we got to start filming it, we had a big meeting at Arnold's house, and we were in there eating.
Yeah.
Everybody was in there doing whatever they're doing. And I just didn't participate. I wanted to hear the whole story, what was going on.
Right.
And then they wanted to film their pumping iron, but they didn't want to pay anybody. They didn't want to give anybody any money. They just wanted us to participate and, play our roles in it. Which I can agree with in a sense, because it really was to promote Arnold. That's what the whole thing was about.
Yeah.
And to promote and get him out there, and also bodybuilding to a degree.
Yeah.
I think it helped that. And when we all went to Gold's Gym that day, everybody was so ecstatic. We signed the contract. The contract's supposed to give each one of us $50,000.
Okay.
Yeah, and we was all excited about signing this contract. And so a friend of mine, I met this lawyer in the midst of all of this, and he said, I want to read the contract.
Yeah.
And I just gave him the contract. He says, the contract paid you nothing. You get nothing, nada. It was all a fake contract.
It was a fake contract?
It was a fake contract.
What?
It had no value, none whatsoever. We just all signed it, thinking that we was going to get this $50,000. See, what really transcended the whole thing, going back up a little bit, we were all at Arnold's house making an agreement about the contract.
Right.
And then when they said they wasn't going to give us any money,
right.
The bad boy came out of me. I got up and walked out.
Yeah.
Denny Gable walked out too. But see, Denny Gable had a contract with Weider.
Right.
I didn't have a contract.
Okay.
So it looked bad for him because from that point on, his contract went from $400 a month
right.
to $250 a month.
Wow.
So he couldn't live off that.
Yeah. No.
So his whole life changed. He ended up going back home and becoming a preacher, but had a massive heart attack and died. Oh, God. So it's a lot of, pain in all of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, without pain, there can't be no gain. Life, training, whatever you do, there's going to be some pain, And that's what it ended up in. All the people that came through the ranks with me right now are pretty much dead, except for Arnold and myself.
But so you were in the Pumping Iron movie though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they still filmed you and they still included you and they still, featured you, right?
Yeah, it was just, it was a bad scene. It was because if they're not going to pay the guys any money, then, how can we live? We are supporting a cause.
Right.
But then in supporting that cause, it really wasn't any value to all the people.
Yeah.
If that contract was payable today, you're talking $50, that'd be a lot of money.
Yeah.
But, it empowered Arnold's career, which was actually what it was about, really.
Yeah. I was really focused on you. A lot of people were focused on you in that movie and also beyond that movie because, here's the thing about that, honestly, because there are, the stars that rise to the top of the, bottleneck, if you want to call it that, right? They choose certain people to be at the top of that bottleneck. But then you also have the fan favorites. You have people that just because people admire your physique so much and results speak for themselves, people love your physique, are just enamored by it. You can't get around that.
Yeah, because it's about genetics play a huge role in it, but you got to get it there. You got to work.
Right.
And see, people think that you can go in there and cool breeze and do however you want. It's a job.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to participate in that job and do all the hard work, not just sometimes. You have to do it. It's a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that lifestyle down, then your progress is going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Everybody said, well, Robby, what is the biggest thing for you? I said, hey, making sure you get your eating down.
Yeah.
Get the eating down. When you get the eating down, you see miracles taking place.
Yeah.
Drinking enough water.
Yeah.
Bodybuilders, to me, my aspect, they drink more, all these things, different drinks.
Yeah.
And I would say, hey, before I go to the gym in the morning, there's 1.5 liters is already in my body.
Really?
Warm water, lemon, olive oil.
I need to
I do all of these things to keep moistness in the body. And when I look at bodybuilders, they're just dried out.
Right.
But you should be dried out and at the same time have some moistness to the body so the muscles can move better, contract better.
Yeah.
This is my thinking on it. They say old school, new school. Nah.
Yeah. It's just one school.
Just one school.
Okay, I have a little mini random question before we keep going, which is what's like the most like dirty food that you ever have eaten? Like what, because I just don't see you eating anything not diet food. Do you is there any guilty pleasure? Pizza, donuts, anything? Do you ever eat that?
Been totally honest.
Yeah.
I've never had a McDonald's in my life.
Oh, I
have never eaten a Big Mac.
Yeah.
I don't eat foods that don't actually nourish my body. Everything has to nourish me.
Okay, so we know what you don't eat, but...
I don't eat donuts. I've never eaten a donut in 40 years.
Wow.
I don't eat stuff like that. I haven't drank a Coca-Cola. When I was a kid, maybe once, it was just too acidy. I haven't drank anything out of a bottle 45 years.
Okay, we're learning. I
think everything is just water. Water. I do my glutamine, creatine, arginine, L-citrulline. I take all of that, per twice a day in the morning for my training. Energy drinks and stuff like this, energy powder. Yeah. But I have those nutrients twice a day.
What about 90% sweets?
I think
anything sweet.
Nah, I just don't
really?
do it. I don't know.
Oh, Robby, I need to learn your ways.
I'm like really a naturalist. I know. I need to. I don't find it. I mean, people do it. I mean, do it if you like. Yeah, but.
Well, you're not gonna.
Don't push it off on me.
You're not gonna look like me. You're like.
No, I'm just really very health conscious.
Yeah.
I have sickle cell. Sickle cell is a very debilitating disease which actually prevents oxygen from the brain, from the organs, from the heart. Oh. You can easily have what you call it aneurysm of the brain. if enough oxygen doesn't get to my body part, what I do a lot of is I work on the hyperbaric chambers. I go to the hyperbaric chambers at the VA hospital because I'm a veteran.
Okay.
So I'm able to go there and use these different machines to help keep the oxygen level up in my body.
Yeah.
So I'm specialized in basically just eating real healthy alone.
Okay.
I think the sweetest thing I'll have probably before I go train is 3 dates.
You like dates. I know you like dates.
I'll have 3 dates periodically, not every day, but every other day.
Yeah.
But see, the dates help your digestion, help your body, food move through your body a little bit quicker. It also give you a certain amount of energy.
That'd be a good pickup line in the gym. You say, do you want a date? No, really. Do you want a date?
yeah, but I have my date. And I specialize, when I work with clients, I always tell them probably the day of the show, they're getting all pumped up.
Yeah.
You know, they're thinking, well, I need protein. I said, no, you need carbs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think that was one of the things that, that I think it was preserved my whole physique. Eating healthy my whole life.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is a perfect segue into something else I want to know your thoughts on, which is because you have been a part of so many different eras and so many different cultures in bodybuilding and in the fitness industry, like now we're in a really weird time where people are on social media sharing all kinds of crazy information about diet, about nutrition, cooking, recipes, bodybuilding, training, techniques and everything like that. So take me through a little bit of you going from the era back in, the golden era to now. Like, tell me about some of the changes that you've noticed.
I think the bodies look incomplete to me. I think the ladies have refined their physiques a lot. Yeah. At the same time, they look, more muscular and fuller and toner. I think that's a good thing. Some of them look really healthy, some of them don't. Yeah. Some of them are taking it maybe a little bit further. Yeah. The bodybuilders, I just think it's too much drugs. Yeah. It's just too much of that. When I always thought that less was better. Yeah. They're saying the body and the heart and the liver and all the internals are not stressed as much. Yeah. But I think that was when I heard of the guy named Big Country. When Big Country, I think it was a bodybuilder, young, 24 years old when he passed away. Yeah. I feel bad. I thought that was not what
too soon
bodybuilding is all about. Yeah. And now you have more and more of the young guys, going that route. And I get a lot of clients coming to me want to work with me, but at the same time they want me to educate them about the animal bodies. I said, you should be thinking about your food, your water, your supplementation. Your mindset. Do you really want to do this? How much hard work you have to put in? You got to think about all these things. Your supplementation. I mean, are you willing to go that route? Yeah. If you're not, then there's no sense in even getting started. Yeah. I think a lot of young guys come to me. They think, that there's no way you can look like that. Yes, I can. Yeah. Yes, I can. I made up my mind already. I made up my mind when I was competing as a body. I wanted to come out healthy. Yeah. I wanted to come out healthy and strong. No injuries, joint areas, nothing like that. That was my goal. Yeah. And I wanted to come out and feel younger and vibrant and full of life. Yeah. And so I feel I've accomplished my goal, seriously. Yeah. Well, I feel so young. Look, like sometimes I look at older people my age. Yeah,
not even close.
And I go,
no.
Wow. Hurts my feeling, seriously. Yeah. Because I feel so vibrant. And to see an older person hardly pick up their feet. Yeah. It hurt my feelings, seriously, because I know it's all about health.
If you told me you were 45, I would believe you.
Say again?
If you said that you were 45, I would believe you. Yeah. Here's what I think. I think that when you first started bodybuilding, it was such a niche, I don't want to say hobby sport, and people who wanted to work hard, who were really driven, who were self-motivated, were attracted to doing it. People like you, people like Arnold, people like Lou, people, but now because of social media, everyone has access to this world and everybody wants to look like that. But now you have so many people that aren't naturally inclined to be like hardworking people. So they're looking at these physiques and they're like, well, what do I need to take to look like that? Because your mind is wired to think like, what do I need to do? How hard do I need to work?
Now. Yeah, exactly. That's what is happening.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're starting to really grasp, what it is. And I get a lot of younger men that come and say, I want to look like Dad. Yeah. I don't want to I don't want to be that. No disrespect to those guys that are doing that. But it's just good to hear the younger guys come and say, Robby, I want to look like you.
Right.
I want to be, strong and muscular and healthy. And I think that's great. By coming here and doing the interview, that's what I wanted to emphasize,
Yeah.
Your health is your wealth.
Yeah.
If you're not healthy, and I've gone through my own bad moments with my health because of the sickle cell.
Yeah.
And I tell you, waking up, not feeling well is not nice.
Yeah.
I had wanted nothing to deal with it. And then I found a way to overcome all of these things, just maintaining my health. And I noticed I got stronger and stronger, and I felt better and better, more energetic.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
And I've stuck with that. And now, as I say to you, I feel very young.
Yeah.
I'm almost a little embarrassed.
Okay.
Serious. Yeah.
There's something I want to talk about, but before I ask you this question really fast, they brought back the Masters Olympia.
One more time.
You know that they have brought back the Masters Olympia. The Masters Olympia has been brought back.
Masters Olympia.
Uh-huh. And has anyone asked you if you would want to go back on stage?
But I want to what?
If you would want to go back on stage to compete in the Masters Olympia?
Oh, I've gotten a lot of people.
People probably ask you. Okay.
A lot of, I just,
No.
I love it. I mean, passionately.
Yeah.
If I had somebody come along and wanted to sponsor me to do that,
Yeah.
I would do it.
Ooh.
I would smoke them.
The news is here.
Smoke them.
Oh, you would. Okay, so let's talk about you being the very first Masters Olympia champion, because that was 1994?
1994.
That's what I thought.
Okay, see, I had not been in the country in 12 years. I was kicked out of bodybuilding for 12 years. When they started the Masters Mr. Olympia, I lived in Norway.
Okay, that's a cliffhanger. Why were you kicked out of bodybuilding for 12 years?
See, back in those days, I wasn't aware of, if you speak out.
Yeah.
It's like a normal body. If you get to speaking out, you're not going to have a career. And see, I was unaware of that, lack of knowledge about that. And I just spoke out. I spoke out and said what I felt about it.
Yeah.
And a 13-year-old kid sent me a letter. This was when my earlier part of my career. He sent me a letter and said, Mr. Robinson, do you use Weider products?
Uh-huh.
And I sent him a letter back. And because he's a fan, I sent him a letter back and I said, no, I don't.
Oh, God.
I mean, at that point, it wasn't funny.
You were
but
honest.
At that point, I didn't realize that would terminate it to me being banned from bodybuilding for pretty much for life. So, and that process.
You were trying to be honest to the 13-year-old kid. You were trying to be honest to the 13-year-old kid.
Yeah, I was being honest with the 13-year-old kid. He sent Weider the letter. So they got the letter. Ben Weider, him shared it. And somebody came and told me, said, you've been kicked out of bodybuilding? I said, what?
Oh, gosh.
And they said, yes, you've been banned from bodybuilding for life. Plus 20 years. I said, excuse me?
Bodybuilding jail.
I think everything in me fell to the ground. I said, my career is over, I said to myself. And I wasn't aware of the repercussion from that statement, or from telling that kid that. And I was banned. The mind is a very powerful chamber. You got these two lobes here.
Yes.
And in that process, many things can come through that mindset.
Yeah.
I became angry.
I bet.
There was a sense of turmoil and violence.
Of course.
That built up in myself.
Yeah.
And people say, how can I say this and not sound?
Say it.
People say, about God, okay? And the way my mind was thinking, I was in turmoil. I was upset. I was in tears. Like, wow, my career is over. And I said to myself, well, you can't go back home. You're still going to have to fight this out. And love, I heard this voice that says, why don't you go to Europe? To this side, a voice that said, go to Europe.
Really?
Very quietly. And I thought to myself, am I hearing voices here?
Okay.
I immediately went and bought a ticket, $750 to Amsterdam.
You just listened to the voice.
Boom. I was just gone.
Robby, you are crazy. Okay. This is getting good.
Yeah, no, I like the crazy. I was.
Oh my gosh, you are crazy.
But my mind just tapped it and said, hey, listen, I was more famous in Europe than I was in my own country.
Right.
Yeah, because all the magazines, this black guy, incredible body, he resembles better than Sergio. He got these big arms, big back, all these things.
Incredible arms.
I was booked all over Europe. See, that's what I'm saying. Life, people take life.
Can I get one of these voices, please?
People say life can be bad. Yeah, it can be bad, but then it also can be beautiful too.
Yeah.
At certain moments, just at the right moments, it comes in there. You know what I'm saying? People say, oh my God, why does this happen to me? And then tomorrow something else has happened.
Yeah.
And I kind of believe in that kind of thing, you know.
Yes.
You never know what the next moment is going to bring.
Yeah.
It could be bad one moment, maybe tomorrow it can be better. And that's how my belief system is, you know. Things always get better before they get worse.
Or the other way around too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that is so crazy. You're sitting there with that energy, just thinking, "Oh my gosh, like my bodybuilding career is over." What am I going to do? You know. And then you hear a voice that tells you to go to Europe, and you just go.
Took off.
And then,
I was booked
bam!
Love, you might not believe, all over Europe.
Well,
all of a sudden, I was like the boy, the poster boy.
Yeah.
Every country, they were whining and dining me and taking me all these places, beautiful homes and apartments, and I didn't have to pay anything.
So you did that for 13 years?
I did that for 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I came back here. Wendy Fortino, who was over the pros at that point, called me and said, Robby Robinson, please come back to America. That's a Masters Olympia. I started training that day.
Like that day I was doing my business.
I did. I started training that day and got myself in incredible shape.
Okay.
Came back to Los Angeles. Got an apartment. Started working out in goals.
Wow.
Masters Olympia was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I got myself together, came here.
So how did they change their? So you didn't. It was unspoken. So you didn't. You just were like, okay, because I'm not banned anymore. There was no talk beyond that. You just were invited back, so you just didn't even want to. You're just like, I'm going. Okay,
fine.
I
went on and came back, went to Atlanta. We all was there posing, and then the whole thing was.
You're like, don't ask, don't tell.
We already knew Lou would win.
Right.
We already knew that. We knew that Lou was supposed to win.
Supposedly.
Arnold was coming out of the movie industry. Lou was supposed to be the next star.
He was supposed to.
That's what was supposed to happen.
Right.
They had already put Lou on all the covers all over Europe because he was supposed to win. And in that process of they coming out, they called the top 5 out, and they was keeping my left Seth and Lou separated, right?
I saw that.
And so I came out of the windup, came around, standing in front, and stood beside him and started posing and flexing and flexing and posing. And then there was only 2 people left on stage. And the audience, you're talking packed house, people standing in the aisles, screaming, Lou, 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 Robby Robinson.
Like 3 Lou's to one Robby Robinson to 3 Lou's. Well,
you know, life is strange. It is. As I say again, you never know what it's going to bring.
Yeah.
We all thought Lou was winning. Yeah. I had no clue. There was only 1 paycheck.
Yeah.
Nobody else got any money.
Are you serious?
1 paycheck. I got the $25,000 paycheck. And I felt bad for the rest of the guys because they were the ones, they all came in great shape. Everybody was in great shape.
Yeah, but you were the best.
And see, the only problem with Lou was, I think they tried to tell Lou to be dark like I was.
Right.
And it washed him out.
Oh.
And so I knew this. And so I came out into the lineup, stood next to him, and went in the lineup, because you have to turn the lineup. I went just like that, watch my feet. And that made me look bigger than him.
Wow.
People don't understand positioning.
Oh, I do. I'm 5 feet tall. Are you kidding me? Oh, I do.
Yeah, you understand it? It's using what the position.
Yes.
You're watching everybody out the corner of your eyes. I'm looking down at their feet.
Yeah.
I just went,
yeah.
That made me look bigger.
A little bit, but.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, so Lou had a very impressive size. He was tall. He had a lot of size. But you really brought the shape and the symmetry and the aesthetics and the posing. Yeah. I mean, you really shine when you pose. So it's hard to deny that. You know what I mean?
What?
It was hard to deny that.
Yeah, it was hard to deny it.
Yeah.
And there was no banquet that night.
Oh, gosh. How does it feel to be crushing dreams.
You know, I feel bad for Lou because, you know, people don't realize it. He lost like about 15, 20 million.
Yeah.
He was already signed a contract to do the first movie, Airplane.
Yeah.
He lost $10 to $15 million. I felt bad about that, seriously, for the longest.
Wow, I can
because
actually see
that. Because that was the beginning
that.
of a whole new life for him.
Yeah.
He was never the same psychologically.
Was he happy for you though? Was he happy for you? Did he like congratulate you? Well, I mean,
we both came downstairs and we got on the elevator.
Yeah.
We were standing there waiting for the elevator. He gets on the elevator, closed the door.
I'm with you though. I can understand. There was a lot on the line for him. I mean,
I felt for him because he lost
I can see
a lot
that.
of money.
That's a lot, and there's a lot on the line for him. And to be put in a position that where you have so much riding on this and then it's like it feels like it's taken from you. That feels, you know. But to be fair, you rightfully won. You were the best physique, and that's really what should win.
Yeah, that's what.
So
yeah,
the
cool.
fact that that's what happened, I think, you know, in an interesting way, an interesting turn of events, it gave the bodybuilding community some hope. Because in a world where people felt like placings were fixed, you came in and you rightfully won and gave people the hope that, you know what, if I come with the best physique, I can win. So you were giving people who weren't the chosen one the hope. And that's huge.
Yeah, I think so too.
Kind of motivation. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a beautiful thing that happened. Even though I won it, you know, he had his downside about it too, but it affected a lot of people still to this day. Yeah. A guy called me up one time and text me one time and he said, you know, Robby, I just let my son for the first time watch the movie Pumping Iron. And I go, okay. And he says, the first thing this 6-year-old kid said was, Daddy, what about that black guy? He took out of everybody there all those great physiques. You know, but tear come to my eyes about it because he said, Dad, what about the black guy?
Yeah.
He was so into my physique, he could see that, wow, this guy got the better physique. What are they talking about? I love it. The kids are a lot more innocent. You know, they're just, you know, pure. And they call it just as he is, you know.
I've always felt that way about your physique. I have always felt that way about your physique. You've stood out to me like, I mean, forever.
Yeah, that's what I want. That was my goal. I always wanted to be awesome. Don't get up there. Why get up there just to get up there?
No.
No.
I
want to be awesome. I want people to go, oh my God.
Is that what you're thinking?
I still feel like that. If I want to get up there and flash my physique, come on now.
Yeah.
It don't even make sense. One of the most amazing thing happened to me was the first Arnold Classic.
Tell me about it.
Myself and Rishka Smari. That was to me one of the most incredible moments in my bodybuilding career.
Yeah.
And to be in such astonishing and great shape.
Yeah.
And Rishka Smari and I up there dueling, pole for pole.
That's exciting.
And to hear 7,000 people, Robby, I loved it.
You just like fed off of it.
I still get, when I think about it sometime, I just go like, wow, that was a very powerful moment. Yeah. I had some great ones, really.
You've won the Olympia when they had different weight classes, right?
Yeah, but what they did was, I had been told that you'll never win Miss Olympia. I would have been told that. And you know, I guess when you speak out, you have that reputation, and they're going to definitely, you know, throw those kind of things in front of you. That's just how it is. Whatever you want to call it, bigotry, racism, whatever. You know, I just thought it was their own devaluation of self. That's how I saw it.
Well, okay. I have a question then. Do you have any regrets? Do you have any regrets?
No.
Good.
No.
Well, then who cares?
No. I think it's a waste of time to dwell on something that really wasn't positive. You use it as an empowerment. Yeah. That's how I did. At the Weider, when I first came in there and they were starting to put me on covers. But see, back in those days, the word was, you know, blacks don't sell. Ugh. And I thought, wow, heavy. But why do they keep putting me on the cover?
Yeah. You sell.
I said, oh, okay. We don't sell.
Yeah.
But I made so many covers all over the world.
Yeah.
And sometimes people bring them up to me and I go, really? I didn't know I was on that cover.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful to see,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of my career,
Yeah.
you know, in my life, that all these covers had me on the cover. And
Yeah.
one of the most astonishing things about all of that was in the Weider office,
Yeah.
I would go out there sometimes and do interviews and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then I would walk into the office where all the ladies were, because all women in the art department. There were no guys. It was all ladies,
Yeah.
all women.
Yeah.
And I would go in there and they would walk up to me and grab my hand and say, Robby, your cover sell the best.
They wanted to let you know.
I loved it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I get emotional about it. Even now, I think about it. I
Yeah.
say, you know, it's amazing how you can get empowerment from people.
Yeah.
And some people might dismiss that. Oh, that made me. You might not believe how the effect that those ladies had on me. When I would go out there and they would say, Robby, your covers sell the best.
Yeah.
Made me strong as a person, as a man, as a black man.
Yeah.
It made me feel empowered by there are some people that really want you to know that you're at your best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. I recently discovered, it's crazy that I just recently discovered this, but there's a famous pose for a trophy with Joe Weider crossing his arms. And I discovered that was actually you. Is that true?
Yeah.
That's you from the neck down.
See, when we were doing this, it was like,
It's a arm crossing pose, and that's your
What
arms.
happened in that situation was it's supposed to have been Arnold's body.
Wow.
They were supposed to use Arnold. Joe Weider was supposed to use Arnold, but see, Arnold had gotten so big, he wanted to charge Joe Weider a fee.
Interesting.
Yeah, and see, nobody knew all of this stuff. Okay, didn't want to pay him that fee, so he went behind Arnold's back and used my physique.
Oh my gosh.
When we did it, we were sitting in the office.
Did you know?
He came in with the scapula in every line. He would use it because it's a big hunk of clay.
Right,
It was
right.
developed from clay. He took that clay and carved my every muscle strip. All you see in those pictures, all those pictures were made from the artist on clay.
What?
Then they took it and molded it into a base. But see, my head was on it with the afro
Yeah.
and the Fu Manchu.
Right.
And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking in my mind, this man is worth $300-400 million.
Yeah.
He's going to put a black man as the monument for his company with his head on it.
Wow.
We go to the grand opening, the display of the bus, his head is on my body.
Yeah.
And I thought, my
What?
family, everybody went all the way off. And then we got up and walked out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
He
crazy.
took the body and used it as a monument for the company.
So you didn't know that was going to happen until you didn't know that was going to happen until it was revealed.
I had no clue.
That would really.
I did not. I thought it was going to be used, as my whole body would
Your
be
whole
used
thing.
as a monument. Yeah.
Including your head.
So he just took my head off and put his head on it.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted to know whose body is that. Everybody knew.
Right.
Everybody knew that was my physique, but they didn't want to. They want to keep it in the dark. So I didn't say anything. I just left it alone. And then when I started doing articles, people started asking me about it. I started talking to them about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a crazy piece of history.
That's why.
That's a crazy piece of history. Your body deserves its praise, and knowing whose body it is important. So I definitely wanted to know about that. You know what I mean?
I mean, after 50 years, when I think I did a podcast talking about all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So people got pissed off because they didn't like it. They didn't want me to bring it forward or talk about it. I should let him rest in peace. And I said, hey, I mean, history is history. You need to be talked about.
You could look at it two ways, right? You're not. Well, there's two ways to look at it, because it's not bashing anyone to give you the credit. So giving your body the credit for the monument is just giving you the credit that you deserve. That's not bashing anyone. So I don't really look at it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you have your physique, in a monument, then I think that you deserve to have the credit for that. Yeah. And I don't think that it's it's, talking bad about anyone to give you credit for something that you...
Yeah, but see, they didn't want to do that. They came back to me lately after 50 years,
Yeah.
wanting to communicate and collaborate. But what were we going to collaborate about? I didn't understand why are you and they would flash pictures of myself working with Joe Weider. I hate to say there's no disrespect to the man, may his soul rest in peace. He never trained anybody. He never trained me. I trained my own physique. He didn't give me no information how to build my body.
I think everybody knows that.
Say again?
Everybody knows that.
I know, but
Yeah.
a lot of people say, Joe Weider built your body. I said, no, he did not. Sorry.
Yeah.
I did all the hard work.
Well, we can honor his legacy and then also give you credit for your physique. That's I think those two things can be true at the same time. You know what I mean? But you have you've overcome a lot in
what?
You have overcome a lot. And you maintain.
It made me stronger.
Yeah.
All that stuff you go through, a lot of people let it break them down.
Yeah, not you.
I would say early on, if you look at my pictures, you see this incredible physique, but I was saddened.
Yeah.
If you look at it, there's no smile. I'm doing it because I love to do it, but at the same time, there was a pain in doing it. And I just never let that pain overwhelm me.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people let whatever happened in their life overwhelm them, and I don't.
Yeah.
I fight back, push it back. No, I'm going to keep going. There's a better place than this. And I love myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let somebody else make me feel the way they think I should feel. I'm not going to let it happen.
Yeah. When you wake up in the morning and you feel excited to start the day and to train, because I know you have a lot of passion, what drives that? What drives the level of passion that you have for bodybuilding to this day?
I just love it. I mean, it's just like, every day is a new day, I can discover something new about myself. And, realize that, hey, like you're getting older, but you feel so young. And I want to eat healthy for the rest of my life. I still feel young and vibrant and excited about life, Waking up each morning, myself is just like every day is a new day.
Yeah.
I don't let things get me down. A lot of people let things get them down.
I
use whatever happened in my life as a strengthener.
Yeah.
I let it happen. Okay, boom. Let's move on next.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. I think that's it. It definitely shows. Just the level of passion that you have for bodybuilding it's next level,
I love to work I like to work with people that are really trying to get to that next level.
Yeah.
To etch themselves to that next level or accomplish what they want in their life. I think it's the fun thing to look at them, see their physique change.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. And you're educating them and nourishing them and you with your own knowledge, that you can do this. Yeah.
You train people for competitions right now.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm working with a guy. He's a doctor. And he wants to be working with the long shorts. And I tell him, you go to long shorts first so you can get your physique down for the next one, which is men's physique. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
But I think him being 59, has a little tummy.
Yeah.
I said to myself, let's kind of work on this. It's not quick fix. You're going to need to get the body fat down. So he's now starting to see his body starting to go down. Yeah. And the whole thing is just kind of keep changing and making sure he's getting his food in, his rest in. He travels a lot. So that in itself is a little bit tough on the body.
Yeah. That leads me to ask you what your thoughts are on all the different divisions. Because when you first started competing, it was just bodybuilding. And then divisions started getting added. We had, women's bodybuilding, women's fitness, women's figure, physique, men's physique, wellness, bikini, classic physique. Yeah. Where do we even 212? Oh my gosh. So what are your thoughts on all the
for myself?
Yeah. What do you
I got men physique. I like the little black shorts.
You like it? You want to do that? You want to do that one?
I like the little black shorts. I think it's
the little black shorts, so classic physique.
The little short black,
the classic.
I like that. I think that is really nice.
That's kind of more like along the golden era. That's the classic physique. Exactly. That's what they brought it for.
My physique would fit right into that mix.
Yes.
If I was going to do it, that's what I would go after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Physique. I think it's very entertaining. It's similar to actually full-fledged bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So I would definitely take that route. Yeah.
What about
I like the shorts, the long shorts too. I like.
Yeah.
Throw it on them.
Did you figure out how to do the posing on that? Because you do you teach posing? Do you do posing for the physique, and do you do posing for all the other divisions too?
Yeah, and for bodybuilders, I do it all.
You're just natural.
Like
you just know how to.
I think the men's physique, the shorts and the black shorts and the regular bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I think I will take back to the long shorts and the men's physique.
I want to see you coaching women's bikini posing. I want to see you coaching women's bikini posing.
Oh, I would love to do that. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Working on those poses is the key to a shape. I always, when I was with Arnold and those guys, they really specialize in spreading their bodies and letting their body open itself up. So I would love working with people and getting them to open that body up.
Yeah.
Give it more width, give it more height. And people say, well, you cannot change. Yes, you can. I think if people don't do enough stretching.
Yeah.
Especially in this area. I think in this area, I'm like, probably 28, 29 in my waist.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of things that stretch, hanging leg raises, lying leg raises.
Yeah.
I'm not too much in that sit-ups. I'm using weight.
Yeah.
But just basically the upper body, the stronger this is, the stronger the whole body.
Yeah.
So I start always with abs, always.
Yeah. So tell me what all you have going on right now. What projects are you working on right now? Well,
one of the things that I'm trying to do is create the Robby Robinson competition online.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about it because it's a trophy that I have put together with my assistant Spas, and he's come up with now my head is back on my shoulders. So we're trying to present this trophy to the person that win. You got 3 months to work with me and talk with me to get yourself in the best shape of your life.
Yeah.
And I think it was cost something like about $150 to get the Robby Robinson Masterclass plan. You get your own little booklet for the beginners, the middle class, and the older guys.
Yeah.
So we've been really working on. We're about to go live with I have a copy of the trophy in my bag, and I want people to come to me, get this course. You got 90 days.
Yeah.
And let me kick your booty.
Yeah.
And push you through this event. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And one person gets the trophy. One person gets the trophy.
One person gets the trophy.
Oh, you got it. You have it with you.
I got it right here.
Oh my goodness. Let's look at it. Wow. Gotta rewrap it.
I was about to ship it.
Yes! Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We want to see the whole thing. Oh, gosh. We got to see the whole thing. Oh, man. There it is. I want to make sure I keep it. That is awesome. Yeah. Yes.
So the person that comes in for that 90-day cycle will get the first Robby Robinson trophy.
Yes. Yeah. So point it towards me so we can see. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. See, Weider's head was on this body.
I know.
And then we came back and we decided, okay, we're going to remake it and put Robby's head on his body.
So who gave you the nickname, the Black Prince?
Joe Weider.
Joe Weider gave you the nickname.
It's the way I carry myself, the way I walk, my posture.
You're a prince.
And the way I pose.
Yeah.
And as I say, the body is a piece of art.
Yeah.
So I will always come off very artistic.
Yeah.
In my culture, that's a little bit feminine, you know, in a sense, how you carry yourself. But I was just animate about it.
It didn't look feminine on you.
There you go.
No.
That's what I mean. So,
no.
This trophy is the one that will be given to the person that wins.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
sorry, we got you. Take it out of the...
That's okay, but it had been in the paper for some time.
Oh, my goodness.
And I didn't want it to get scratched up and things like that.
Yeah. No,
I wanted to tear it open in the event.
That's amazing. Well, we got that now on we got that. So that's amazing. I love it. So, Robby, looking back at your life, looking back at everything that you've accomplished, everything that you've done, here you are. I have you on, this is the Make Your Mark series because you have made your mark. Looking back, what mark would you say you've left so far?
Bad boy.
Bad boy?
That's the name out there against myself because I've always been the person that I just tell you what's on my mind. You might not like it. You might not like me for it. But a person that doesn't speak out in a moment of crisis or something where you can make the world a better place, to me, is not a strong person.
Yeah.
You have to be able to speak out. It's like you see something going on. I mean, if I saw a guy with abusing a woman, I'm going to say, hey, you got a problem?
Yeah.
I'm not going to let him do that.
Yeah.
I don't care what he got, who he is. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But if I see you abusing a woman or hurting a woman or hurting a child, I'm going to go after you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And that's the same way when I was about bodybuilding. I felt, what about freedom of speech? I mean, Trump talk about freedom of speech, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Hey, okay, do I have freedom of speech here? Do I have to button my lips?
No.
And I can't do that. I won't do it. No. And I've been put in a position, you know, even like now, I'm not allowed in Gold's Gym because I was told I couldn't spit in the bathroom. And I
saw that video. That was, I saw that video. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. It don't even make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. But they kicked me out of the gym.
Because you spit in the toilet.
Because I spit in the bathroom.
I've spit in the toilet too. And
and a lady friend of mine came on and said, hey, you know, I go in there, I see everything in the bathroom. feces, blood, everything. And so you're going to come out and tell this guy that he can't spit in the bathroom.
That's crazy.
I had clients come from Tennessee. A guy brought his son here for me to just work out with me.
Right.
And I told him, I'd work out with the kid. I didn't have no qualms about it. So we go in the gym, and they're standing outside waiting for me to gym. Jeff, the manager, comes outside and put me down to the clients. And it made me feel bad because I didn't even know he was the manager.
Well, this is obviously not about spitting in the bathroom. This guy obviously wanted it. It doesn't sound like it had anything to do with the spit in the bathroom. It sounds like the guy just wanted to find a reason to get you out of there for whatever reason.
Yeah, whatever his reason was.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't quite understand it, but he seemed to be angry every time I walk in the gym. Don't spit in the bathroom, Robby. He would do that every single day when I walked through the gym. I tried to avoid him. I tried to change my time because he was constantly trying to bully me in that sense. And I just looked at him and Jeff.
That's crazy.
Come on now. But that's what it is. They're upset now. They're very upset because of the thing went live. They don't like it.
Well, they shouldn't have done that then.
Say again?
They shouldn't have kicked you out then.
Yeah, come on.
You're just talking about what happened. Yeah. Well, I mean,
It doesn't, but see, those kind of things, those slights have no effect on me psychologically. It does nothing to me.
I see that.
It makes me stronger.
I see that.
Exactly. So I train basically down to the pit. There's a lot more. I can focus on what I'm getting done a lot better. There's not a lot of distraction. It's okay for people to ask me for autographs and pictures in the gym. But down there, they just leave me alone so I can focus on my workout. Because that's what I'm doing.
That's what you're there to do.
That's what I'm going to be able to do.
People are going to stop you left and right.
I love working out. I love going to the gym, beating up on myself a little bit.
Yeah. When it's your time, it's your time. Mm-hmm. I would say that you are a total risk taker. You are a risk taker. You go for it. You don't have plan B. You only have plan A. You speak your mind, which is really good. Yeah. And you have so much passion in the sport, and you've had it for so long. And a lot of people, they have that level of passion for a very short period of time, and then it goes away. But to see there's somebody who has maintained it so strong for so long is, I mean. Yeah,
it is. I get a lot of it online. I get a lot of people say, Robby, I want to be like you when I get old.
Yes, it's amazing.
I love it.
I feel the energy. It's crazy. There's something so magical about you. You have this aura, this energy. It makes me want to just go run,
But that's what it's supposed. You're supposed to have that kind of just life.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, I love you.
Yes.
I love Robert. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like whatever I do, I put my heart and soul in it. If I can't put my heart and soul, I don't want to be bothered. That to me, it doesn't work. I mean, it's the same if you're in a relationship. If I can't put my heart and soul into it, don't want to be bothered.
Totally. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people should attempt to do that in their life. You know.
Yeah.
Do what feels good to you.
Yeah.
I mean, passionately.
Yes.
I'm talking immensely passionate. Let your whole being feel that. Put your heart and soul into it. You get results. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel so motivated and inspired.
When is the show?
So the Olympia is in 2.5 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Kill it. Don't be playing around with it. Work them poses, love. Work them poses till you sweat.
I will.
Seriously.
Okay.
Every one of them.
Okay.
And your body will change even more so.
Okay.
I'm giving you the energy.
I feel it. I feel it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
This has been such a treat, Robby.
Oh, yeah, love it.
I feel so blessed that you have come here and shared your story. It's, I want to have you back. I mean, you're just, I want you're the energy. So
yeah, when I don't, you know, I'm sending you energy all the time. I say a little thing to you.
I know. I love it. I love it. It's helping me.
Yeah,
Thank
sure
you.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Well,
you got that time left. You got 3 weeks. You
Yeah.
can get even better.
I know.
Come on.
I know. I got this. I know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, love it, lady. No problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.